caliber, you jump right in.
It felt good to be back out there. Just getting some timing back. First game in a little bit, so unfortunate that the outcome wasn't better, but good to be back.
You never want to be watching from the press box, but what did you see that you liked about your team while you were out?
A lot of compete. I thought the guys played, great while I was watching, and a lot of players have stepped up, and I've had a lot of injuries this year, unfortunately, and guys have been playing some great hockey.
Do you talk with Glenn at all? You got moved up pretty quick as far as line assignment goes. It just seems like he had a lot of confidence in your play.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that kind of happens in a game. I think you've seen it quite a bit this year. There's a lot of line shuffling. Guys don't end the game the way it started, and that's just kind of how he rolls.
It looked like you guys had tied it there at the end. What did you make of that goaltender interference?
I kind of thought Robo got pushed in, but nothing we can do about it. It was Toronto's call, I guess, and they thought it was goal interference.
Tempers flaring a little bit there too after the Rantanen interference or the Rantanen call at the end. What did you make on the bench in terms of trying to keep things focused in this last little bit?
Guys are got a little emotional out there, and it's hockey, whatever. Moved on pretty quick.
Every game here is exciting, and it just seems like you guys pushed to the end.
Yeah, almost a game we kind of expected, I guess, or we talked about, based on their habits. They're a team that can score off the rush, or they're big and heavy, and you got to stay patient and just kind of grind it out. And we did a good job. A lot of good things, and wish we stole one or two.
It looked like you guys had tied it there at the end. What did you make of that goalie interference call?
Yeah, I don't know. Quick play. I feel like our side's going to say Robo got pushed. Their side's going to say Robo went in the goalie. Kind of is what it is in an 82-game series or season.
What have you seen from Robo? Obviously, he's been on a streak. You had some chemistry with him tonight too.
Yeah, just kind of give him the puck. He's shooting everything, and a lot's going in. So you kind of expected it to come. Happy to see it.
When you have a game with almost no penalties, and then in the last 10 minutes it's all penalties.
Yeah.
How hard is it to adjust? Because you had the shorthanded goal and.
Yeah. I kind of liked the game because I feel like, we haven't had a lot of long 5-on-5 games. Mm-hmm. We've really relied on our power play and goaltending, and we need to keep improving on the 5-on-5. So, positive things and things to look at.
And then how about Jamie coming back? What was the feeling?
Incredible. He looked like he didn't miss a beat out there. He was flying around the first and, hitting guys, and, so nice to have him back in the locker room.
He's probably not going to talk about it, but what's it like to watch him try and recover from a collapsed lung? It just seems like a really hard thing to come back from.
For sure. And just seeing what you guys don't see, right? I mean, that's what makes him who he is and how hard he works on the ice, but especially off the ice. And, like I said, so happy to see him back.
What's the mood on the bench at the end of the game there? Obviously, tempers are getting a little hot. What's the mood on the bench for you guys?
Fired up. Everyone kind of yelling, barking, both sides. Great hockey game, obviously. I thought, great compete both sides. Probably be a good one when we go there as well.
No, not yet. I think I'll probably see it later.
When you guys do that, I know it's not exactly the way you want to finish it, but it just seems like that's who you are. You guys are going to gut it out to the end, even after 5-minute major and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've been in a scenario like that before. Certainly, 25 seconds left. 5-minute major. I don't know. It was a good push. We got a chance. Didn't go in legally.
Tempers were obviously flaring after the penalty on Mikko there. What's the feeling on the bench for you guys going back and forth? You see Patrick Waugh yelling, things like that.
Yeah, well, obviously our first thought is the health of the player. Of course, that's the number one priority. You never want to see that happen. And we understand it. I mean, it was an incident. They're sticking up for their guy. We respect that. We have to respect that. It's just unfortunate it happened.
What did you get with Jamie coming back as far as just seeing on the bench? Seems like that was a lot of emotion and energy.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely he's our leader. I mean, he's been that way for as long as I've been here. So whenever you have that injected in your lineup, it's certainly an advantage for us. Very vocal, very involved. He's going to get back up to game speed. It's hard coming leaving.
Yeah.
It's hard. 19 games off, and you come in fire. I thought he played very well. I thought he played well.
Glenn moved him up the lineup
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Yeah,
So that was a great sign.
Yeah, but you kind of expect that. He's been around very long enough where he, maybe physically he's not there, but mentally sharp. Physically not there yet, but mentally sharp. So, he's going to build off it, and I know he's probably excited for the next game.
I guess we can just start out. How did you see the disallowed goal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have a different take on it, but anytime there's a player in the blue, you're going to argue, was he pushed in or did he go in on his own? And, obviously where we'd stand on that. So I thought we had a good chance because the goal, it was a call on the ice, it was a good goal. And we can sit here and argue all day whether contact was made before he got into the blue or when he got into the blue, but it's not going to do us any good.
After the Mikko hit, looked like Patrick was yelling over at you guys. Lane's kind of getting back. Rantanen's in the middle of it. What was all going on over there?
I actually didn't know what he was yelling at. I'm sure it was Rance, but I was actually down at the other end. We were trying to decide on the power play on the PK. We were blowing our D to get our guys off the ice. If you could see the last little play, we're shooting the puck basically down the ice to get another guy out there. So obviously one of his players is hurt and he's yelling at somebody.
The game was mostly no penalties at all, then a lot of penalties. How hard is that to adjust? And did you think you guys, as far as the power play and shorthanded goal and everything like that, was?
Yeah, the shorty hurt us. We get a 4-minuter and we take a penalty on it and we give up a shorty. That's not a good recipe, right? So that was our chance to kind of get back in. You could see how tight checking it was. I thought we had the better of the two teams in chances up until that point. One bounces in front of Otter, off the bend wall there and comes out a little funny, and they get a tap in. So, but I thought that we had some good looks. Now you wish you had that 4-minute back so that you could maybe get one.
There was a turnover by Rantanen that caused a breakaway the other way, and Capobianco got back and was able to cut that off. And then Petrovic had a similar one throughout the game. What did you make of kind of those guys stepping up on the back end?
Well, I thought our back end, Coley, Capo, Petro, all played solid games. I mean, really solid games. I mean, if we could have generated a little bit more, I thought, offensively, but defensively, I thought they were sound. We were never in any defensive trouble other than maybe 2 shifts there in the second. So I thought they played good.
What'd you see from Jamie?
Yeah, about almost close to 10 minutes was probably where he needs to be after a couple months, and but I can still see there's some polish there, and he had a good look in the first with Rance and Johnny there. I thought it was a good first game for him to be back. He was physical. You can still see that. He adds that element for us. Gives us size and puck play along the wall, and we'll build them up as we go here.
What did you see from him that you wanted to move him into those situations? Because he clearly looked like he was fine.
It was just see how he was skating initially, and he was skating good and being physical. And then the first time I did put him there, he gets a grade A chance. So, Benny's got hockey IQ. So if he's skating well and his hands are still as good as ever, you're going to be able to put him places. So I saw it early, and I saw him get a chance early. So then I spotted him in there.
How about the lift from the group? Did you feel a little bit of a lift from them when Jamie came back?
Yeah. To be honest with you, the guys are waiting for him to come back, and it's good for our group, and and it's just, you know, give credit to the Islanders. I mean, they're a very stingy team, right? And they played good. So, but he's certainly an asset for our group moving forward.
What did you make of that play with Mikko and Romanov? They're just, or
Yeah. I think I have a different take on it. Everybody's going to have their own take, but you know, if you watch the play, I think it's Mayfield, the defenseman, actually holds up Rance, and they actually clip skates, so Rance is off balance going in there too. And I don't know, if you played the game and you're off balance heading in, you usually put your hands out. And you know, I've seen Rance play enough over the last 10 years that it's just one of those hockey plays that happen. I hope Romanov is okay. Looks like he went in flat, but I'm just hoping he's okay. But yeah, well, you know, Rance clips skates being held up there, so it's a dangerous play for everybody.
Not the result you guys wanted, but there was a big push in the last few minutes. Is that something positive you can take? Yeah.
They, you know, that's us, right? They're still pushing right to the end, and if you listen to the bench, if you had a microphone there, they're still pushing. There's time, and you know, we're never out of it. And you know, just wish the last one would have counted, would have made for a good movie.
You haven't played a lot of 6-on-5 this season. What do you think of the 6-on-5 game?
Yeah, I thought we were dangerous. That's something we've worked on, and we brought into training camp here is just kind of our 6-on-5 play and what we're looking for. And you can see we generated some chances. I mean, the one pass from Seguin to Robo, I mean, they make a heck of a save. Otherwise, we're not even going to a challenge. We're probably in overtime. So I thought we generated some real good chances. I mean, it's never a good recipe when you need two, but we got one, right? So but we are working on that. We do have a plan there.
Thanks, Tom.
Yep, thank you.